Our lives are always changing and often in unexpected ways, but we can adapt and move on relatively easily. That is not always the case for our canine companions, and it is an important factor to consider, especially if your living or family situation tends to change often. Today we're going to look at the Aussies' tendency for separation anxiety and see how well they might handle your life changes. Welcome back to the Australian Shepherd channel. If this is your first time here, my name's Mimi and I'm a certified canine leader here at Fenrir canineleaders.com. This channel is dedicated to helping you learn everything you could possibly want to know about Australian Shepherds and then how to become high-level canine leaders that can raise perfect Australian Shepherds. So if you're a lifelong Australian Shepherd lover, you're thinking about getting one, or you're just starting your journey with your new Aussie pup, then this channel is for you. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a future Australian Shepherd video. So let's dive into today's video and we'll take a look at how this intelligent breed handles being alone. Our canine companions have little say in some of the changes that happen in our life, like having a baby, moving to a new home, or taking a job with longer working hours. We should of course consider their needs of our canines when making decisions that will impact them, but we're often put in those situations at a moment's notice too. So how much should you worry about separation anxiety in the Aussie? Let's find out. We'll dive right in and look at how the breed's energy level can affect their level of separation anxiety. The Aussie reaches maturity around 3 years of age, and with their puppy and teenage years coming to a close, their energy level drops a bit. They are generally a very high energy breed, but some will range closer to moderate energy after their first 3 years of life. They need a good bit of exercise throughout the day, so taking them for a longer walk or a run and a good solid play session before you're going to be gone longer than normal can help them keep sleeping happily for longer. They can be prone to destructive behaviours even once they reach maturity, and as with all working breeds, they are happiest when someone is home with them. The Aussie is highly trainable and willing to please their calm, consistent leader, which can come in handy when their life is uprooted. You want to train them and start easing them into new routines as early as possible, and this can be easier when they're tired. Remember, your Aussie's ancestors were bred to herd flocks of sheep and livestock across the country in Europe, Australia and the US, so they are no strangers to change. Most canines still prefer situations that they're familiar with so they can easily spot anything amiss. Keeping their routines as familiar as possible will help to transition them into their new life, whether that be a new home, a new baby, or less time with you. The Aussie is a devoted family canine that thrives when someone is home with them, but they can be trained to be comfortable being alone. It's critical that you work on their confidence alone from an early age and build up the time that they're left alone rather than jump straight in. Aussies can destroy their kennel, chewing at any number of things, and other destructive behaviours when they aren't trained to accept being alone. Heavy exercise, quality bonding and crate training are going to be key in keeping your Aussie from developing separation anxiety. Since you never know when you might suddenly have to start working more or be home later, it is crucial that you teach the acceptance early on and keep this training maintained throughout the life of your Aussie. It will make many life changes easier for both you and your canine if you adapt to a moment's notice. Aussies are incredibly devoted and affectionate with their family, so changes in their life that result in less time with you or the rest of the family are going to be the hardest for them to adjust to. If you've taken a job with longer hours and don't have a family member that can be there, you'll need to work harder when exercising and bonding with them in the morning and evening. If you or someone your Aussie trusts can be there for an hour or two in the middle of the day to give some attention, then they will be far less prone to developing intense separation anxiety. As with most things, it's easiest to make the adjustment in stages if possible and get creative when making accommodations if it's not. Keep in mind that if you know a life change that will directly impact the amount of time you can spend with your Aussie is coming, then start adjusting to the new routine as early as possible. Overall, the Aussie aren't prone to developing intense separation anxiety, but you'll want to train them in and for a variety of situations since it's impossible to know what changes you'll experience in their life. Their guarding instincts and devotion are going to be two of your biggest factors when considering how to prevent separation anxiety. So start working on those early and then often throughout their life to make changes as easy on them and you as possible. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If so, make sure you hit that like button, get involved down in the comment section below, and don't forget that if you are new here to make sure you subscribe. We have 2 dedicated Australian Shepherd videos coming here every week, so I can't wait to talk to you again on the next episode of the Australian Shepherd channel.